And welcome back to Crypto Hulk. Got a show lined up for you about China. China. Now it goes back to the original countries. See, this whole thing, this whole crypto space, we're facing a transformation of the entire global infrastructure for payments and how money works and how everything will be controlled. I mean, this is uncharted territory. What's going to happen is the whole world is going to shrink. The ability for people at the top running stuff to control everybody, it's all over for us. Good or bad, look, I already knew when I saw how things are going. I never knew about crypto. I studied it for 2 months and I'm like, oh my gosh, I see what's going to happen in the world. They are going to be able to control everything. That's why I made the channel after 2 months of learning about crypto. I'm like, I've got to tell some people about this. It's good and it's going to get bad. Okay. So I think in the beginning, how it always is, they're going to dangle in front of you all the good stuff. And then you're going to grab the lowest hanging fruit. But then little by little, that fruit's going to get higher and higher. And then pretty soon it's out of your reach. What we're seeing here is the world transforming. Look, why is it taking so long? Number one, you're here early. We are here early. Once, see, you were given an opportunity. I was given an opportunity to see what the hell is going on with this new technology. And I know people's nature, and I mean, people are just naturally bad. And it takes a lot to overcome to be a good person. And we can look at our government people as an example of that. But with cryptocurrency, it's opening up doorways, and they're trying to use it, and they're saying, level the playing field, inclusion. What it's all about is they're trying to get everybody in the whole planet controlled. And that's where crypto comes in. I've always acknowledged this. Michael Gilbert, thank you very much for that. I have a listener-supported channel. And the reason I'm making these shows and showing people about crypto is because the time's limited. And I know what the effects are going to be. Like, this is one of the first times, this is the first time on this planet where you could do the least amount and just make a ton of money. Like, you don't need to go to school for 4 extra years, study business, go to Princeton or Yale or something, and then you got to know people. See why they're so pissed off at the channel is I'm showing you how to leapfrog going from broke to super rich like them. And they're like, whoa, hey, stop this dude. He's going to show all these little knuckle dragging mouth breathers how to come up. This stuff's pretty good. Get it at Costco. Hydration Prime hydration drink. I'll have to read the ingredients. It's only got 20 calories. And because they have to put in some sugar with the electrolytes to help them grab and transport through the skin. Dampen stuff, let me tell you. I'm going to definitely buy that stuff again. And what we're going to do is, I noticed we're getting this article about Taiwan. Well, Taiwan's China. Singapore. Look, I've uncovered like so much stuff. It's almost, I don't know where to begin. I'm kind of like, do I start over here or, well, that story is pretty cool. And it's like, okay, I don't even know where to begin with all this because this cover up we got going on. Like, okay, I just don't understand how Ripple had this Ripple Singapore crypto exchange. Like, I'm still like, even though I discovered it, like, I don't understand. I don't have all these answers. I know that they're lying to us, our government, all governments. But it's like, how do you have this crypto exchange in Singapore? Which, okay, look, I don't know if a lot of people know, because some people don't really know world history or politics, but over in like China, they control everything over there. All right. And all around the world, they're doing a job of starting to control the whole world. But you got Singapore, Malaysia, all these countries are basically doing what they're told by China. Now they're buffers to China, but also China's trying to expand. And you got this country called Taiwan. Jared gave one person a membership, and we'll find out who that person is here in a minute. And then you got Underpass 61 version 2 589 Knuckle Draggers Support Fund. Oh my God, I love it. Your article today, because I'm just kind of like looking at this article last night, studying, looking around. There's news, and then there's an article like this, and it kind of, you'll see. I'm going to show you, like just the connections. Like I'm not understanding how this China, how you get Justin Sun. See, I've uncovered all these things. No other channel in the solar system has found this, but like we uncovered on this channel how Justin Sun, who was born in China, went to Peking University, comes to the United States, works for Ripple, gets a master's degree in Pennsylvania, then becomes the point person to go into Greater China, get them all caught up on crypto. We're talking 10 years ago. And then now China's coming up with this digital yuan, which they were the first country allegedly. And now you got Taiwan. I'm going to show you this article here. In Taiwan, you had the first crypto exchange in China 10 years ago. Like, why is Ripple doing all this, right? Isn't China supposed to be like our enemy or something like that, right? Right? So as I discovered and came up with all these things, I'm like looking at stuff no other channel can look at because they don't have the evidence. So sometimes I'm just like, well, it doesn't make sense. I mean, I can uncover things. It doesn't mean I always know the answer. When I discover something and I see it, like, well, why? I don't know why the United States. See, here's the deal. Here's why I really say things, because the only thing that makes sense. See, if I don't have the answers on how has China profited from Ripple, and because Ripple was there from day one. Like they were there when Ripple hit the scene in 2013 or whatever. China was right there, like Ripple China, 2000. I got evidence for that, 2013, 14. Well, everybody knows it takes years. Like, first off, what the hell is Ripple doing in China, right? Like, how's this shit possible? And then to say, have logos calling it Ripple China and all this in 2013, 14, how is that possible? I thought that's this bad communist country, right? So when I uncover stuff I've never seen anywhere on the planet at all, I am kind of by myself, all by myself, and I'm just looking at this like, how is this is not possible? Like, well, the only thing that makes sense is they're working together. All this global stuff is working together. That makes sense, right? I almost have to try to come up with the answers myself. I'm not saying I have the answers. That's why I've been saying from day one, Ripple, well, what I've found is Ripple is not a company. It's a front organization acting like a company. And it's brilliantly done. Absolutely brilliant. I have to applaud the countries that are doing this. From what the research I found, Crypto Hawk's opinion is I'm seeing a concerted global effort by some rich countries, we'll call them families, maybe 5 to 8 to 10. I've kind of said this from the beginning, you got 10 families running the world, okay? But I see it because with crypto, you'll have The main power brokers, you got all you do is you look at this, and this is what I found from my explorations, is that you got China, day one Ripple partner, right? So there's one power broker, some kind of family in China, maybe families. I don't know, but you have an organization of some sort, family in China, Brazil, Germany, France. I want to say Switzerland. So now we're up to five. And some kind of Saudi, that makes six. And I could probably come up with some more, about five more possibly. So what we're looking at is when you get these five countries, five countries to probably about 10, that's Ripple. Okay. Ripple is countries. And what we see in America is where they launched these 10 families that are running stuff around the world. And we kind of know some of the names of the families. I'm not mentioning any names because that'll definitely get the channel unplugged. But I think we all know who they are. At least one of them are. The family that's worth like $700 billion. I mean, trillion. I'm sorry, $700 trillion. They got all the money in the world. Man, they can support everybody in the whole world. um, I'm going to show you the article again and kind of we're going to go over this thing because I don't understand. That's why I'm like not able to just completely go with this story right away. Just rattle it off like a regular news article because there's something here like I don't get. But let's look at this thing. Taiwan completes wholesale CBDC. We all know that that's Ripple. Okay, when you talk about a wholesale anything crypto, that's Ripple, and then retail would be Stellar. Taiwan completes wholesale CBDC technical study. They're done. Taiwan completes it. They're done. Says the central bank official. The focus is now on gathering feedback and improving a pattern design, according to Deputy Governor Chu Mei Lei. Taiwan Central Bank. Now listen, Taiwan Central Bank, the Central Bank of the Republic of China. See what I'm saying? It's all China over there. Has finished a technical study of a wholesale central bank digital currency. They want to now improve the design of it. Jurisdictions worldwide are considering the merits of a central bank digital currency for interbank and retail payments. Here we go. Bolstered by a green light from the Global Central Bank Group. Oh, global, huh? The Bank for International Settlements. Let me repeat what they're doing. The Bank for International Settlements says jurisdictions worldwide are considering CBDCs, and they're bolstered by a green light. Let me show you who the Bank for International Settlements is. Then they're a Ripple partner, by the way. I mean, it's pretty clear that all roads go back to Ripple. Okay. Why? Because Ripple is it's a conglomeration of countries made to look like a company. So there's your article right there. What's the title? Ripple is working with Bank for International Settlements on a payments task force. Ripple is their official member of its cross-border payments interoperability and extension task force. Read that article later. But this article came out August 9th, 2023. Let me continue with this. Chu says CBDCs can serve as the operational basis for tokenization. What I'm seeing, wait a second. I'm trying to figure out who the hell is calling me. It's 644. Oh, hold on. Hello? Hello? Okay, these assholes, I don't know who it is. I mean, I know it's some kind of company. My ringer's not supposed to come on until like 7 a.m. So some fuckhead's calling me at 6:45 in the morning, and then they don't say shit. Very interesting. Chu says conservatives and operate. So what we got going on is you got the Bank for International Settlements. Who are they? They are the bank of all the banks in the world. Before you get paid, that messaging, that money, whatever you want to call it, goes through the Bank of International Settlements and then ends up going to you. Okay. So they work with Ripple, and they started working with Ripple a couple months ago. Here we have the talk about a basis for tokenization. It's all coming together, putting it all together. They're getting all these countries to make CBDCs so they can tokenize and send it all around the world. That's what Ripple's coming in to do. It says, as traditional financial institutions, that means all the banks now, they're not crypto. Those are the traditional financial institutions increasingly experiment with digitizing real world assets. That's what we got going on, okay? And I'm seeing this, and you got China involved. Financial supervision agencies should consider relevant regulatory measures in response to the development of the token. They're calling for global regular. See here, look what I've been telling you. I'm telling you. There's two things we need to be rich: global crypto regulation. That's what they're saying right here. Financial supervision agencies should consider relevant regulatory measures. That means global crypto regulations. The next thing we need is global tokenization of real world assets. I've been saying that and saying that, right? That's why I don't trip. Like, whatever happens with cryptos, go up, down, don't matter to me. $100 XRP, don't matter to me. Because it can go down tomorrow. Until we have global crypto regulations and global tokenization, I don't care. Doesn't mean nothing. Oh, XRP is at 67 cents today. Oh, you hear these people on social media talking about that? Oh, it might hit 70 cents. Oh, well, I think I'm getting a Woody. Like, who the fuck cares? Oh, let's look at the Fibonacci. These stupid fuckheads, I swear to God. You got Dumb and Dumber Jughead crypto channels that never were into chart analysis or not. You know what it all is? Trying to get viewers by talking about dumb shit. Okay, something I'm not. Have I ever gone over the charts? No. Have I ever talked about the Ripple trial? No. It's all fake. But you know, these channels got to get their views up, man, because the sponsors, your corporate sponsors, demand that you grow a certain amount. Yeah. So hey, I got to start talking about charts on the show and start talking about chart people and say, hey, what a brilliant chart you got there, buddy. Like, this is so ridiculous. I can't do the dumb shit. I'm calling it out and exposing it, but I'm not going to start talking about people who make charts on my show charts on my show, and then be like, well, I'm not a chart guy, but well, then don't show it on your show, asshole. Oh, God, these people are something else. Ray had to switch account to send this. Thank you, Ray. Yeah, they don't want you to know the information. So raise another one of those who some people have to have a couple different accounts, and because they shut you out, they don't want you to have this information. Michael Gilbert, thank you very much for that donation. Bastus Tilapia, brand new member. Costas S. A small support for you now for a big and brighter future for all of us later. That's the goal of this channel, is to teach you before it's too late, teach you all the dumb shit that's going on so you can be prepared for it and to avoid problems. Now, we're going to look at what I'm talking about here, why they're trying to keep everything hidden. My job is to expose. That's why they jam this channel up so bad. They don't jam these other channels up because these other channels are dumb shit. All right, like they don't have any kind of problems at all. They can grow to be as big as they want. The more dumb shit you have, the bigger they allow you to grow. That's how it works on the social media thing. The more useless shit you talk about and distract people, they'll let you grow to have a million people. TK, thank you very much for that donation there, buddy. Syrian Marshall, sorry, it's not more Crypto Hulk this time of the year. Directly what I can do to local community. Thank you for all you're doing. You know, it's fine. Whatever. Everybody has their own income levels. I just say do what you can. You're learning great information and do your best. And there you have it. Now here is, oh, wait a minute. Let me do a copy paste. Pretty sure I got the right one. Sean B. Thank you very much, Sean. Look at this information. Here's where your donations go. I gave you a link to a video that I made about 5 months ago. I want you to go to the 2-minute 41-second mark. Oh. What do we have at about the 2-minute 40-second mark is the IRBA, International Ripple Business Association. Okay. And let me press continue here. It has the International Ripple Business Association is a 501c and then 3, not for profit. Focus on providing support to businesses being built on the Ripple protocol. Gateways are the ramps to the Ripple network. They give users the ability to move assets, fiat currencies, cryptocurrencies, gold, silver around the globe at almost no cost. Let me continue. Here it shows members. Now this is, remember now, 2014-ish maybe, okay? So 9 years ago, you have Japan with something called Digital Gate, JP. Korea, it was called XRP, and there's a logo for both of these. In Canada, it's called WHOLESALE. Mexico was already linked up with Ripple back in the day. We all know Bitstamp was there from day one. Also, GateHub. Korea, you also had Digital Gate KR. Okay. And Digital Gate was also in Japan and Korea. In New Zealand, you had CoinX Gateway. In Panama, you had BTC to Ripple. Hold on. Now in Israel, oh, now in the country of Israel was a Ripple partner back in the day. You had something called pay routes, and you also had Ripple Israel, which I'm the only one that's shown any of this information at all. Then you have China, we're seeing right here. It's called, let's see, Ripple. My finger's in the way there. One is just called Ripple. It's in China. Then there's Ripple China. But what's written here is Ripple CN, and you have the logo. And in Brazil, they were hooked up. It's called Ripet. In Hong Kong, they were already Ripple partners back in 2014. I remember Hong Kong's basically China, so is Singapore. Then you got China here. In Hong Kong, it was called Lamb and Cooper. In Singapore, it was called Ripple Singapore with the logo. In Japan, there was something called Mr. Ripple. And the Ripple Exchange Tokyo was also a member. In the United States, there was something called Snap Swap back about 10 years ago. And in Japan, there was something called JPY, Tokyo Issuer. Okay, now I'm done with that. It's about the 3 minute 7 second mark on the video. Now, why did I show you that? Because right there, those are the early Ripple partners from day one. And now, what's very interesting though to me is later. Okay, I'll just show you this right now and get it over with. Hold on a minute. Copy, paste. Okay. Now, when you look at this one, go to the go to the 42-second mark, and wow, wow, wow! Look what we see. We see a Ripple logo. We see the word Ripple 2, RIPPLETO, all one word. The first fully automatic recharge and withdrawal virtual currency gateway in China. What? Crypto Hawk. This is for new people. If you're a veteran on this channel, you already know all this because I've been showing you this about for 8 months now or more, 9 months. Okay. China. This is what I'm saying. Like, I don't have the answers for this kind of shit. I just showed you all the early members of Ripple: Israel, Brazil, China, Singapore. Okay, these were all the first day. But what's very interesting is you've got the first virtual currency gateway in China. It's called Ripple 2. Like, I don't have answers on how the hell, like, they have a fully functioning crypto exchange in that country like 10 years ago. And this has been buried. I found it, but it's been buried for like 10 years. Same thing with, like, I'm the only person that showed you Ripple Singapore, fully functioning crypto exchange, and it's still functioning. They they keep it on the down low, so you can't see it. But I pulled up bank records; they're still depositing money to wallets and stuff. I had a friend that, well, somebody I know, kind of went and looked up and forensically looked at that wallet address that I showed from 10 years ago, called Ripple Singapore. Came back emailing me, said, "Crypto Hawk, guess what? There's been like 500 transactions over the past 10 years." I'm like, "Really? When was the last one?" They're like, "Oh, it was like 2 weeks ago." I'm like, "Oh, so this Ripple Singapore shit still being used?" And he's like, "Apparently it is, but they don't advertise it. It's kind of like probably the private ledger, you know." Um, that's the only thing I can figure out. How are they using this Ripple Singapore for the past 10 years? No one knows. It's on a private ledger. Now it begins to make sense, don't it? But what does not make sense is why are they picking Singapore? Why is Ripple operating a crypto exchange in Singapore and China now? I just showed you this here, Ripple TO, the first fully automatic recharge and withdrawal virtual currency gateway in China. Crypto Hulk, what the hell? I don't have the answers. I'm just showing you that Ripple is not what you think. So when you're at Las Vegas saying "Go Ripple," and you want to be a cheerleader and put on a wig and wear a short skirt and jump around and show your booty and stuff at the proper party in Las Vegas, um, you might want to check why you're doing that because Ripple is not a country, it's countries made to look like a company. Oh, you mean so when I went to that Ripple party and yeah, you kind of like made a made a fool of yourself there, buddy, because you're out there saying, yeah, you're supporting like 10 different governments, posing, posing as a company. Everybody that works at Ripple is all kinds of non-disclosured out, so they can't tell you. So imagine you're at a Ripple party getting all drunk. You're, and you're getting on top of the table, and you're some guy, and you take your shirt off, and you swing your shirt around, and the people that work for Ripple are like, look at these people. And you're doing all kinds of dumb shit at the Ripple party, and you're yelling, "Go Ripple!" How sad. This is truly sad. And then the people in the government are like, look at these people. Look at these knuckle dragging mouth breathers that don't know how to use their nose to breathe. Look at these people, and they're wearing the Ripple shirts and they got the Ripple tattoos. And they're like, Ripple doesn't even exist. Now you guys are starting to see it. Because otherwise, how are you going to have Ripple in a communist country? For real, right? 10 years ago, I'm showing you here a virtual currency gateway. That's a crypto exchange. That's code. All right. The automatic first fully automatic recharge and withdrawal virtual currency gateway. You got the wallet address, the gateway address right there. Some of y'all can look that one up on a Chainalysis, or what is it called? XRP scan or whatever the hell. I don't know how to do all that. But you could look that up and see when the last time that wallet or whatever was used. Look, I don't have the answers to this, but it's worth showing you. And that's why this video, when I first kind of started making it today, I didn't quite know what to say, because I like to report on shit that I have answers for, right? So that I can speak on it and sound somewhat intelligent. But this one, like, I don't understand. I reported on, Ripple China stuff before and everything, but when you really start thinking about this, like how the only thing that makes sense is you've got to have a group of 10 families running Ripple. You've got a group of 10 families that want to maintain control. This starts to make sense now. If you get 10 families running the world, and they know that this cryptocurrency stuff can come in, and whoever controls it can run the world. Then these 10 families realize, oh damn, we could lose control. Now it's starting to make more sense now, is it? No, I'm just guessing. This is my personal opinion. Okay. I'm trying to put the puzzle pieces together with my eyes shut. All right. It would only make sense. All of this stuff. Now I'm just giving my opinion. I've shown all the facts, done all the deep diving and stuff. Now it's time. Crypto Hulk, you may not know the answers. We clearly know that you're confused about this information, because I don't have the answers to this shit. This is like top secret MI6 Men in Black kind of Top Gun, yeah, kind of code shit. Okay, it's not for some guy sitting on the floor. I can only make sense of this if you got 10 families running the world. They realize that crypto is a force that can control the whole world. Now, if you can control the money of all the world, see, it's different. Like 10, 20 years ago, you couldn't do that because everybody's got different kinds of money and they're using paper. But what if you got rid of paper money and everybody in the world had to go through a central kind of money exchanger of some sort. Now these 10 families can start controlling the world. Because if you let someone else come in and get with this technology, you could take power away from those 10 families. Now it's starting to make sense, Crypto Hulk. I don't know. It's just my theory. So that's why I'm not going to mention the our family that's worth $700 trillion. But somebody put in the comments that they own like 10% of Ripple. I'll go with that. I have no doubt about that. And I'm sure they do. Because this crypto, who's ever controlling it, whatever families, like that's how you control the world. Now it's starting to, that story makes more sense. And I use the word story because I don't know the truth. But that story is starting to make more sense than the United States is secretly working with a communist country like China to develop. I don't see that. I mean, maybe. Like I said, I don't have the answers. I'm showing stuff to new people because we've got a lot of new members, and I want you to just see these connections. I don't know why the hell Ripple is running around in China and Singapore hooking them all up with crypto exchanges, gold and silver, all that stuff. These crypto exchanges, you have gold, silver, derivatives. I've done the shows already, shown the evidence. Go back and watch them. Spend some time. Okay. I'm not going to start proving everything I say right now. I've already done all this. But I'm just saying this quick one. Everybody here's watch the videos where I've verified all this stuff. So I'm just confused this morning because, like, why? Who's running shit? Right? Is any of what we see real? Because again, everybody at Ripple has signed non-disclosure agreements, but no one asks, well, who do they sign them with? Nobody can say certain things, right? They have to. Now, what my channel's showing you, new people, because we've got, I don't know, last night I think we probably got 200 or 300 members. Okay, brand new people. What I've shown on this channel, if you want to, you can go back and look at my short videos. It's look under my channel under the section section tab videos, not shorts, but go to what says videos. Glance through some of those shorter videos because you're going to see where I've shown you early day partners of Ripple. Apple, they were there from day one. You know how Apple Pay? That's all Ripple Pay. They're just not telling you. My channel's the only one that showed you that. Within that, and I showed you that from a Ripple webpage from like 2013, 14. That page has long been taken down, or is it? You've got the Federal Reserve of New York, Ripple partner from day one. Now here's this one. The national, and I'm not going to say security, and I'm not going to say agency, was there from day one. So when these Ripple employees are signing non-disclosure agreements, that's the agency. That's your secret tip. Don't tell anybody. Toter Gramada in Canada and all over the world, records numbers of people are waking up, and we are part of that number. Thank you for confirming a lot of information and for bringing more on top. Thanks, big guy. Now, a lot of y'all already had a feeling on stuff that I've been showing, right? So a lot of you either heard from somebody stuff that I've said, but you've never really like seen the evidence. And that's what I like to do. I try to cut down on I don't do conspiracy. No. What I like to do is have as much direct evidence, like the no-brainer kind of a thing, but you got to use some kind of speculation theory because you can't say, oh, I only do facts, only do facts. Well, then you'll never get anywhere. So I admit you have to throw in, like, in pool, when you have to use English, you have to do something with a cue stick and use a little bit of skill and body and hit the ball. And See, you have to sometimes use a little English when you discover stuff. Lakey XRP, thank you for that donation to the channel. Arthur L, thank you for that. It says for the best channel. I'm trying to show new people the early origins of this crypto because that's important. So when you start hearing stories about, oh, BRICS is going to take over, well, I already showed you last night. Ripple hooked up all the BRICS. See what I'm talking about? Like Ripple was in Russia in 2013. BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. I don't have the evidence for South Africa, but look, I just went over the other day. Like the whole BRICS thing, that's all Ripple. Get it? But wait, Russia? Yeah, I've shown the Russian one, Ripple Russia. There's a video where people are speaking in Russian and everything. There's a Ripple Russian chat room. I could go into that and click on stuff, but like I'm not trying to look at chats with Russia and Ripple from 2013 and stuff like. We could go back and do that show, but it's really not necessary because I've already proven the point. So the stuff I've discovered, new people, it's why your memberships are valuable. New people, if you don't give it enough time, if you watch my show, you will see, oh my God, this crypto Hulk dude has evidence tying Ripple to China, Russia. Really? That's massive. And all these other things I uncover, all these things I uncover, no other channel can touch. And so your channel, when you're given a membership for $5, it's not from me. I'm not saying, hey, I'm trying to advertise my channel. No, these are people that watch my show and they're like, my God, where's this guy find this stuff? And the teachings that I have, the connections that I show, once I show all the stuff, you're like, there's no doubt about it. XRP, XLM, and XDC. Like those are your main, like the holy grail after all the evidence I showed, all the connections that are made, the deep dives that are done. Okay. So new people, when you get that membership, understand what it is. And when you get that membership, don't let it expire. Look, don't rely on somebody to give you a free membership because I'm trying to reach as many people as I can before it's too late. Then I got people that are members that pay for your membership. Don't do that. Don't take advantage of other people. See, that's about karma. You treat people right. I'm trying to create a force of good. I'm trying to help show people what is coming. I'm showing you direct evidence. I'm showing you evidence not on any other channel. And then you got people here that want to be part of the solution. So they give you a free membership. Don't let it expire. Go into your settings, get your payment card so that membership keeps going. Because what you just stumbled upon is something very rare in the whole internet. The information coming out of this channel, that's why in 4 years, they will not allow this channel to go over 30,000 subscribers. I should have at least 500,000, no doubt about it. Okay. But this channel will not allow it. I'll say the people running the platform won't allow it. I want brand new people. Click the subscribe button at least. If you don't want to become a member right now, at least become a subscriber. I'm trying to push those numbers over 30 to send a message that let this channel grow. Let my people go, but I need to let this channel grow. So let's do that. XRP Flea. Just dropping in. Spread love. I'll catch you guys later. Got to get back to work. Hashtag local 1556. And you get people like that probably are at work. They take a quick break. And they just want to say hi. Like, who does that, right? People on this channel. Okay, I just had to get rid of somebody. Off the Grid in Utah gave somebody a membership And that was, nope, Joseph T got a membership. Wait, no, message was deleted. Okay, let me see who got that. They're not showing who got that membership right now. It's weird. There's probably, well, everybody's a member. Yeah, don't let those memberships expire because we're trying to send a message to YT, back off the channel and let the people go. And it'll do that when we start pushing. They've got their algorithm. When we start busting through, it starts sending a message way to the top because they severely restrict this channel to make it to where it can't grow. And when we do stuff like this, it sends messages way up there like, oh damn, this dude's pushing. He's got all these people watching the show pushing. Where we at? 45 minutes. Okay, I got time for about another story. Okay. Ripple Major. Oh man, look at this. Now this is kind of interesting. We're gonna go fast here on these articles. They're important, but they weren't as important as the China one. Okay, here's this. Ripple major partner SBI. SBI is a bank in Japan, a financial group, let's call it. They own 10% of Ripple. Now, they teamed up with the second largest global company in the world. Telling you. Ripple's major partner in Japan is joining forces with Saudi Aramco to begin promoting, listen, to begin promoting digital assets and startups. Ripple has a partner, and actually, SBI is part owner of Ripple. So I think it's safe to say that Ripple is in partnership with the second largest corporation in the entire world, and they're going to start promoting crypto and startups. Wow. When I read that, I'm like, no way. I said, let me read more of that because there's no way. Crypto blogger Colin Wu. So there's a guy named Colin Wu, trying to give him his just rewards. He reported that Japanese financial giant SBI Holdings, also major Ripple partner labs in Japan. I don't know if this person knows that SBI owns 10%, but anyhow, I'm not trying to knock the guy. Not my intention at all. Announced its plans to begin cooperating with the world's second largest company by market cap. I'm like, whoa, this shit is really true. Aramco is known as the Saudi Arabian oil group. Their plan is to set up a new company and promote digital assets and start dealing with them in Saudi Arabia. Now, I want you to notice something very interesting. Over the past, I want to say 10 to 15 years, it appears to me like the Democrats have been doing all kinds of shit to get the Saudis to hate us, while the Republicans were trying to do a lot of shit to make friends with the Saudis. We used to have for 50 years a relationship with the Saudis. They sell oil and dollars. We'll protect them. Lately, the past 4 years, Joe Biden's been shitting all over that agreement, and now the Saudis are accepting other countries' money, which will then destroy the United States. Thanks, Joe. Now, with that, here's what's interesting now. How is it? See, this is where none of this stuff makes sense. How is it that a small startup from out of California is working with the second largest company in the entire world? See where I'm going with this? This not doesn't make sense. to promote crypto and have startups with crypto. Meanwhile, the United States is losing favor with Saudi Arabia. See, this doesn't make sense unless you look at it from a global view of the I'm not going to even speculate. I'm just reporting the news because I don't know, man. These people, like, that's above my pay grade. I'm just showing you the dumb shit, okay? While you have Gary Gensler attacking all the crypto in our country, while you have Elizabeth Warren and JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon guy, all three of these, the three musketeers, or the three stooges, more apropos, the three stooges are out there trying to slaughter crypto in this country, sue Ripple as a company, yet 10% of Ripple, 10% of Ripple is in Saudi Arabia just making a deal with the second biggest fucking company in the world. Does this shit even make sense? That's why I got my program here. I appreciate people that are members because you support me to deep dive and to find different articles. This article isn't a deep dive, but I spend time diving. And this is one of the things I found when I was diving. A lot of my articles I go over, nobody even goes over. I'm not saying my articles are better or nothing. I'm just saying, like, I bring content that's not there. Okay. I just saw this article, wanted to report it. I don't have a rhyme or reason how the hell this is happening. America, United States government seems to think that crypto is bad, but yet the second biggest company in the world joins with 10% of a Ripple. I mean, that's doesn't make sense. But okay, that's why I'm just showing you stuff. See, this is why Ripple is not just a company. It's countries. When you look at it now, that Ripple is an extension of one of the top 10 families, that makes sense. When you look at it as some private startup, 10% of Ripple makes a deal with the second biggest company in the world, that don't make sense. All right. Now, if you look down below, there's a money symbol. If you found the channel's information valuable, please hit that money symbol button. That's the Crypto Hulk's anti-get wrecked button. When you push that, it'll protect you. Put a force field around you so that dumb shit won't happen. And phase one, thank you for that donation. Well, what do you know? The button works. We fooled them. Nice. Best channel. Okay, I got time for tiny little bit here. Hurab 1. Thank you for that donation and the memberships from the other day. I think this person likes the channel, finds it valuable. Okay, I got 2 articles here. I'm going to speed round these things through. What I did is I put the order of importance that I thought these articles were. This one's Bhutan. Everybody knows about this. A few days ago, Ripple and Bhutan, that's Bhutan, Ripple and Bhutan, CBDC partnership enters pilot phase. Okay, look. Part of these articles are dumb shit, okay? They're slow walking this thing as far as the news, trying to make it look okay. There's a collaboration going on with Ripple and the Central Bank of Bhutan. So here we have Ripple working with a country. I want you to see this. Ripple's working with a country, yet our government, Gary Gensler, this whole thing is so fake. This trial, that Ripple trial was so fake. That's what I'm trying to show you guys. Like when you start watching my show, you start learning this stuff. You're like, damn, this is actually true. I've never looked at it like this. Think of this. because none of the shit makes sense unless you think of it like this. You've got Ripple, who I already showed you with proof in court cases. No other channel has done this. You've got Ripple that's already been determined to be a money service business, by the way, by our United States government. Ripple deals with XRP, which our government has already determined at least around 10 years ago that the XRP is a currency. It doesn't call it, it calls it a currency, electronic money. Okay. It didn't just, our government didn't call Ripple a virtual currency per se, they called it a currency. Just want to make sure that's very clear. Ripple gets sued by our government, Gary Gensler, because Gary's trying to claim it's a security, which is total bullshit. This whole trial was bullshit. I want you to think of all the people you listened to that reported on the trial twice a day. You know what that was? Trying to get views for the sponsors so they can get more money. Okay? I don't read off dumb shit to you. All right? You have Ripple right here working with Bhutan, which is a country, and they're working on a currency solution. So if XRP is a security, which it's not, because the trial's fake, then how the fuck is Ripple working with countries' central banks to move money? Where, if XRP is a security, see how ridiculous this whole thing is? I'm going to move on from this article, but I just wanted to show you that you don't use a security as a currency. This is common sense. I mean, I can't make it any easier than that. You buy shit with currency. That's just banks utilize currency. XRP is not a security. Like, this whole trial was so fake. Last article, then the show's over. Ripple has another partner, a country, not a company. I want to make this very clear. How is it if Gary, so can somebody please ask Gary with his thumb up his ass Gensler, Lakey XRP, thank you very much for that donation. Could somebody please tell Gary Gensler, here's the latest news, December 9th. The country of Palau is satisfied with its Ripple-powered CBDC pilot program. They completed it. Here you have a country and their banking system working with Ripple. What does America do to Ripple and their banking system? We try to sue them and destroy them. Telling you. Meanwhile, Ripple's going around the world, hooking up with countries and central banks of countries, making deals, utilizing XRP as currency, and our government sues Ripple, even after we have two court cases that I'm the only one that's gone over on the whole internet, the 2015 Ripple Department of Justice case and the 2016 Ripple R3 case. Both of those court cases, clearly the United States government calls Ripple a money service business. It's not a security service business. It's a money service business. And in both of those cases, the Department of Justice has called XRP a currency. Just trying to make that clear, because I can't seem to hear it on any other channel. So basically, in 2023, Ripple's working with the country of Palau. They completed a crypto pilot. It's done. Now, why is Bhutan and Palau, why are we talking about these two little countries, Crypto Hulk? Okay. Because here's how the International Monetary Fund works. When any country, or two countries, but when any country, because you got to trade, right? So you got to have at least two to tango, as they say. Like, if one country has crypto as their official money, like if Palau by itself has XRP as the basis of their money and nobody else does, well, you can't trade with it. So, but now in two countries, oh, now I'm starting to see it, Crypto Hulk. When you got Bhutan and Palau, and then they start shooting money back and forth, the IMF then has to buy that currency and keep it. Okay, that'll be revolutionary. The countries don't have to be Ripple and I'm sorry, the countries. Let's say if it was China and Russia, like the biggest ones in the world, it doesn't have to be that. I'm telling you how this starts. All of this starts with these little tiny countries. Ripple's, I think I was watching some interview. David Schwartz kind of said, you know, Ripple started off going after, like they start off with these little companies like Mr. Ripple and all that. Don't get me wrong. But they said Ripple started off in like the very beginning trying to go after like the biggest banks. And what they should have done is start with the little ones and start from the bottom and work their way up. Because to go from a big bank and try to change them, it's god awful. It takes forever. With these little banks, bank. You start nailing all these contracts, company. You start nailing these little country after little country. Pretty soon you got a ton of these dinky ass little banks and a ton of these other little countries. And then the big countries and the big banks are looking down below like, oh my God, they're not you. See, these little countries and banks use the big ones because the big ones take advantage of the little countries and little banks by charging them super high fees. So what Ripple, if they would have done, is go after all the little people in the beginning, the banks would have seen, oh shit, we lost that customer. Oh, we lost that one. The big banks say, oh, we lost that one, and we lost that country over there. See where this goes? Ripple should have done that in the beginning. That's why I read off about Bhutan and that other Palau country, is because number one, they're using Ripple while the American government's suing Ripple. Do you see how absurd this is? And again, the second reason I'm showing that article is when you get a lot of these little countries, the IMF then has to start changing their basket of currencies and they got to start carrying XRP. Because if countries are using it to survive, the IMF has got to be there to bail them out. And when one or two countries join and use XRP ledger, all the other ones, like a house of cards, everybody else will start following them. That's how it works. All right. Lakey, XRP, thank you for that last donation there. And there's another one, I think, earlier at the beginning of the show, too. Thank you. Okay, show's over. You can't stay here, but you don't have to go home, all right? I've got to end this live stream, so I can't keep the top chat on. But when I start a show, I can start, like, I usually start the night before. But this show, I've got to turn this sucker off, and I got to go about my day. I feel that's pretty good information I delivered this morning. A lot more questions and answers, but at least you can see stuff like I'm seeing it now. This is for new people. You know, like I said, a lot of you, hey, some of you know 30 times more than me. Some people already kind of did their own research and they kind of knew this. And what my channel does for them is confirm the same thing you already found out. And then new people who really are the object of my program, my show, what I'm trying to show new people are the facts, the deep dive, and what's really going on, and to help you think a little differently so you don't start chasing pumps and doing that dumb shit. Like my show is based on education and showing you what's really, I can show you what's going on. I don't have the answers. All right. I don't work for these three-letter agencies and stuff, but what I'm showing you is stuff where, how does that make sense? And within that confusion, there's truth in there operating. I don't have all the answers, but I have enough evidence to realize that this Ripple is not just a company. It's part of a global effort for something. All right. And I'll just keep it at that. Robert, thank you very much. Hulk, thank you. I tell all my friends about your shows and how much knowledge I have been getting off of them. I used to be a teacher, so that's kind of where some of that instruction stuff comes from. I got to go. I got things I got to do. I'll see y'all. If I can make a PM show, I'll do it. And it'll be starting anywhere from 6:30 p.m. to maybe 7:15 p.m. somewhere in there. I'll see y'all.